Greetings, brothers and sisters. I have a breaking news to share with you. I am getting ready to go to church here in the Philippines, but I thought that I would take a few minutes to share this latest news with you, which confirms once again what I have been talking about, what I have been exposing, and that Ted Wilson is indeed a Jesuit, and both him and the General Conference are corrupt. He came out with a video just some hours ago defending ADRA's position. And in that video, he admitted, as we showed you before, that he is one of the members on board with ADRA. Now keep in mind the whole issue here. Trump cuts the funding that the USAID was getting, which is the part of the government, was wasting and giving to institutions, organizations like ADRA, NGO, under the general, or I should say under the United Nations. And they were promoting all kinds of illegal things. For example, bringing illegal immigrants to the United States of America. And they were getting funds from the government to do this. Now, as a church, we are not supposed to be getting involved with the government. As a church, we are not supposed to be getting money from the government. Jesus says, "Give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and unto God what is God." You have been receiving taxpayers' money from the government, and then you're gonna be angry, Ted Wilson, you're gonna be angry about it, and you're gonna be upset because, according to you, the government is cutting out the funds, and then because of that, there's not gonna be humanitarian help, and you're gonna ask for donation?
Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, for over 40 years, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency, known as ADRA, has been a beacon of hope to vulnerable populations around the world. It was established by the Seventh-day Adventist Church as its humanitarian arm. ADRA's mission has always been clear: to serve humanity so all may live as God intended. Throughout these decades, ADRA has reached millions of people, providing critical aid in the face of hunger, poverty, disasters, and conflict. ADRA's commitment to life-saving interventions has never wavered, driven by the biblical values of justice, compassion, and love, and the desire to serve all people with dignity. My dear father, Neil C. Wilson, was part of the church leadership that helped establish ADRA the way it is today. Its mission grew out of the willingness to seek and be a partnership with other denominations, philanthropic organizations, development banks, and government agencies that share our concerns with whom we may cooperate in meeting human need, as is stated in the ADRA bylaws and voted by the Executive Committee of the Seventh-day Adventist Church at its 1983 Annual Council. At this time, as we continue to face unprecedented challenges around the globe, ADRA finds itself confronting an urgent financial situation. The temporary freeze in the United States government funding, particularly from the organization called USAID, has created a gap that impacts its ability, ADRA's ability, to sustain critical programs. This challenge has forced ADRA to reassess the immediate and long-term impact on its current operations. But even in the face of such challenges, ADRA remains resolute. We, and I am a part of the ADRA board, so I say we, are committed to ensuring that aid reaches those who need it most, no matter the obstacle. In this time of difficulty, we turn to you, our beloved church members, donors, and communities for support. We are asking for your continued partnership and generosity to help ADRA overcome this funding gap. The needs of the vulnerable and displaced populations have never been more urgent, and without the faithful support of those like you who believe in the mission of ADRA, our ability to serve will be significantly hindered. My dear brothers and sisters, as followers of Christ, we are called to extend the love of God to all people, particularly those who are suffering and in need. ADRA's mission has always been about more than just providing aid. It is about helping to restore dignity, to give people the resources they need to thrive, and to show compassion and care as Jesus did in his ministry, which will then point people to Christ and his soon coming. You see, ADRA's work continues in countries where hunger, poverty, conflict, and displacement are realities, and we need you to stand with us in support. We're appealing to you personally. In recent days, some have suggested that ADRA has somehow engaged in illegal activities, but this assertion is completely incorrect. ADRA operates with the highest ethical and legal standards in harmony with the principles of our faith. While ADRA compassionately serves refugees, displaced families, and those fleeing violence or natural disasters, it does so in full compliance with the law and in accordance with God's call to care for the stranger as indicated in Matthew 25, verse 35. You see, ADRA works in countries that host displaced populations, providing life-saving services like healthcare, food, water, shelter, and education. ADRA is driven by the belief that all people, regardless of their legal status, deserve compassion, dignity, and the chance to rebuild their lives. You see, ADRA is committed to working with local communities to ensure that those who flee do so in search of safety, not in pursuit of peril. Now, more than ever, we ask for your help. With your support, ADRA will continue to live out the mission that God has called us to accomplish, helping people to live healthier and happier lives. As we read in Proverbs 14, verse 31, whoever is kind to the needy honors God. So let's honor God together by stepping forward in this moment of need so that ADRA can continue to be a beacon of hope and restoration in the lives of those suffering around the world. I want to tell you that my precious wife, Nancy, and I are donors to ADRA. We support ADRA with prayers and finances, and I am appealing to you to do the same. We thank you for your unwavering support and ask you to continue praying, giving, and serving alongside all of us who help ADRA follow in the footsteps of Jesus' ministry. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, together we can ensure that our mission remains strong, our work continues, and our commitment to serving the vulnerable remains unshaken, all to God's glory. We are living in the last days of Earth's history. Jesus is soon to come. I invite you to participate in this precious ministry that follows in the footsteps of Jesus, helping people physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually. And I thank you for your support. God bless each one of you. Maranatha.
This is once again confirming what we have been telling you. And as Spirit of Prophecy says, if the heart of the church becomes corrupt, the whole church will also become corrupt. Sister White also tells us we are in danger of becoming a sister to modern day Babylon because of the corruption and all of the abomination coming into the church. Brothers and sisters, Ted Wilson is desperate for money. Ted Wilson, once again, in that video, has shown his true color. And indeed, the apostasy will not stop from this moment on. You did not see Ted Wilson coming out defending Barbara O'Neill. No, he did not. You did not see Ted Wilson coming out defending Pastor Von Kelly, Conrad Vine. No, he did not. But he came out defending this corrupt ADRA organization. This is apostasy. And brothers and sisters, this is the truth. And if you embrace the truth will indeed set you free.